The Galaxy M31 arrived in India recently and there are certain questions around the phone. How is the gaming performance? How do the cameras compare against the Redmi Note 8 Pro and the Poco X2? Should you buy this? Well, this is our Galaxy M31 review, so let's answer these questions. So I've been using the Galaxy M31 for a few days now, and while my experience has been generally positive, there have also been a few hiccups along the way. Starting off with the design, yes, the M31 isn't exactly the most eye-catching, stunning looking phone, but I'd say it looks decent, especially this black variant that I've been using. Yes, glass or metal would have made the phone more appealing, but the plastic design means this can take a hit. Now, one thing I really like about this design is the form factor. Now, we all know that it's a 6000 mAh battery in there, and considering that this is a fairly lightweight, compact and fairly comfortable phone to use. Also, the phone has a physical fingerprint scanner, which is kind of getting rare now, but since it's a physical fingerprint scanner, it is fast and accurate. Another thing I like about the design is this display right here. This Super AMOLED display is right on par with the competing displays in this price range, if not better. It's bright, so I do not have any issues with it outdoors. It's sharp and the colors look nice, so watching shows and movies on this display was a good experience. On the speaker front, there's only this single speaker which gets decently loud and is fairly clear, so yeah, it's very similar to other phones in this price range. I do like the fact that it is placed on the right side, so when you're gaming, the sound does not get blocked. Now, we all know that the Galaxy M31's design isn't exactly the highlight. The cameras kind of are. The cameras have been upgraded over the M30s, and I noticed that while taking photos with the M31. In daytime, the 64 megapixel camera makes sure the details are really good, and I like the overall exposure in shots. Most photos also have great dynamic range, which is great. In low light, things aren't as good, but it is decent, similar to other phones in this segment. See, low light shots are decent too, but sometimes you can notice a little bit of noise and the lack of details, so yeah. Now, I also compare the main cameras of the Galaxy M31 versus the Poco X2 versus the Redmi Note 8 Pro, so let's check it out. Now, in daytime shots, I noticed that the Galaxy M31 compares really well against the Poco X2 and Note 8 Pro. For example, in this comparison, the M31 just highlighted the shadows better and it's just a better photo, with the other two just pumping up the contrast a bit too much. Plus, if we zoom in on this bricky wall, you can notice it has better details than the Note 8 Pro. Now, in this comparison, it's a close call, but again, the shadows look better on the M31 shot and the color too is more natural. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes the Poco X2 and Note 8 Pro do better when it comes to details or more punchy colors like in this comparison or in this comparison here. But yeah, the M31 does manage to fare well. In low light, things are a little different. I mean, the Galaxy M31 has its issues and so do Poco X2 and the Note Pro. But yeah, the Poco X2 is just better in low light. For example, in this comparison, the Poco X2 photo is just a little brighter. Now here's another comparison and it's clear that the Note 8 Pro and Poco X2 are better in low light, no doubts about that. Anyway, moving on, the portrait mode on the M31 is pretty good. Here are a few live focus mode shots and I really like the accurate edge detection, on-point bokeh and fairly decent details on the face. This is one area where I think the Galaxy M31 was fairly consistent. I also tested the ultra wide angle lens, which does a really good job at color preservation, the dynamic range. I mean, look at this shot. Yeah, the details aren't very good, but if you're not going to zoom in, which you probably aren't, you will like it. There's a dedicated macro lens too, so I took some macro shots and well, I'd say they're hit and miss. Sometimes you get a decent shot, sometimes you get a, well, not so decent shot. When it comes to videos, the M31 has support 4K 30fps videos, and you can see in this video taken from the M31 that the quality is pretty good, but the stability isn't. Thankfully, the phone does come with the Super Steady mode. Here's a video shot with Super Steady mode turned on, and you can instantly notice how stable it is. Yeah, the quality is slightly degraded, but yeah, the stability is very good. Moving on, the Galaxy M31 also packs in this high-resolution selfie camera, which does a decent job. I mean, some of the selfies are really detailed and nice, like this one, but some photos do come out slightly fuzzy, but overall I don't think it's an issue and the selfie cameras are pretty good here. Overall, the cameras on the Galaxy M31 are likable. In good light, the camera performs really well and even compares well against the Poco X2 and the Redmi Note 8 Pro. In low light, things aren't as good, but yeah, it's decent for a budget smartphone. Overall, I'd rate this camera good. Okay, so another thing I have been testing on the M31 is the performance. Now, I know the Exynos 9611 here is the same as the M30s, but the RAM is larger. And well, in my usage, the phone has been handling day-to-day tasks with ease. App loading is fairly quick, and thanks to the larger RAM, the multitasking experience is better too. There haven't been any crazy lags or stutters, so yeah, good experience all in all. When it comes to gaming, I'll be honest with you, the Galaxy M31 isn't exactly the best phone for that, but yeah, you can game on this phone. The phone handles casual games like say Tennis Clash with no problems at all. When it comes to high-end games, I played a lot of PUBG Mobile on the phone, and as you can see, the graphics can go as high as HDR with frame rate set to ultra or graphics set to smooth and frame rate set to extreme. Now in these settings, the gameplay is a little choppy, although it is playable. However, when set to HD and high, the performance is much better, so I will recommend this setting. I mean, I ran a game bench test at this setting and I got consistent frame rate, so yeah, the gaming performance on the M31 is better suited for medium graphic. Also, if you're wondering about any heating issues on the Galaxy M31, well, the phone does get a little warm when you're playing games for hours and hours, but I wouldn't call it overheating, so it's not a problem. Anyway, I also did a battery test while playing PUBG. When I played PUBG at HDR Ultra, the phone lost 15% battery in an hour, which is decent enough because that's high graphics. And well, this is a 6000 mAh battery, so the battery performance is pretty good. See, the phone always took me to the second day even on heavy usage. I mean, I got a screen on time of around 7 to 8 hours every time, which is really good. So yeah, you don't have to worry about battery life at all with the M31. When it comes to charging, the 15-watt fast charger in the box takes around 2 hours to fully charge this phone, which is, well, the price you pay for the humongous battery. Overall, the M31 is impressive on the battery front. Now coming back to the experience on the Galaxy M31, the M31 comes with One UI 2.0 on top of Android 10 on board, and it's one of the most sorted Android skins out there, so I don't really have any problems with it. However, I did notice that the M31 does not come with a native screen recorder, which is surprising since One UI 2.0 has a native screen recorder built in. I just hope Samsung brings it with an update. Anyway, if you're wondering about any ads in the One UI on the Galaxy M31, well, I did not get any ads on the phone, and that's probably because I skipped them during the starting setup process, so you can do that as well. I did get occasional notification of the My Galaxy app, but I disabled them too, so yeah, it's pretty much sorted. Also, I did tell you about the fact that you can uninstall pre-installed apps that come with the phone, so that is nice. Well, it's time for the verdict. The Galaxy M31 starts at Rs 14,999, and this is a phone that brings 4 major highlights. The cameras, which are really good, the battery, which lasts really long, the AMOLED display, which looks really nice, and lastly, the Samsung branding. Now, if these are the things that matter to you, then the Galaxy M31 is for you. You wouldn't be disappointed. However, if high-end gaming or processing power is your priority, then the M31 is probably not for you, and you should check out other options. So that was our Galaxy M31 review, and yeah, how do you like it? Tell us in the comment section below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and share it with your friends who are confused about buying the Galaxy M31. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.